welcome to the Field of Streams, where I, your host, Janine McRae, bring you the tiny thoughts that stream from my brain and present them to you as though they're the purest Pule donkey cheese. And even though you've never heard of it, at $600 a pound, you're willing to give a wheel a go since someone out there milked the donkey. Lactose intolerant. Now, I can't promise you much with these weekly nibbles, but I can promise you this. I won't make you milk a donkey. Or keep you long. Guys, this will no doubt stun you, but I, me, Janine, a person who despises hucksters and shysters and new age self-help shit in general, once did a transcendental meditation course where I sat in a room that smelt weird and an old hippie lady who'd sat in the presence of the Maharishi himself in San Francisco. She's since passed away, by the way, R.I.P. Anyway, we sat in a room together and she gave me my mantra and burnt some incense and all that good stuff. And after that, I was cured, obviously. I was just all correct in the head for thinking and such. But here's the thing. Say what you will about it. Meditation is really just a lesson in how to do defocused focus. To focus or defocus on thinking. See, there's this whole thing where they talk about being on the surface of a pool, and as you get deeper into the meditation session, thoughts float deeper and deeper and get clearer. But the thing I remember most, and it's basically the inspiration for this week's post, is that the lady said while I was meditating that if I was getting frustrated with too many thoughts coming in, to think of myself walking along a road, and as I'm walking, thoughts will come and walk with me, and to just let them walk with me, and they'll come and go. With me, and then not with me. I really liked that. So this is a post about letting thoughts come and go. But I use an ocean, not a road. The basic premise of this one, let your mind wander, because you never know where that thought might end up. Without any further waffling, here is the post, The Power of the Unmoored Thought. As always, the roping and the tying and the stuck fast to the dock pilings. Frustrated, the thought stretches and aches against the rough hemp of land's grasp, solid, safe, reliable. The rabid itch of the cleat hitch strains against it as the slow swell of the unknown rises and falls. It shuffles and shifts, both in and out of reach, with each breath of the sea. Out, out, out there, the sense of the unknown, of wanting and needing and possibility. A world where the current takes and the current takes and the current gives and the current gives and the shove away from and toward the shore. The shoreness of shore. Curious and patient, the thought slips its moorings, a dog unleashed, and with a tender push begins a cork and bob and flow away from the shallows and security. Spinning on its eddy dream, it drifts backward and away, and I wave and whisper, "Good voyage." The unmoored thought, a threat to no one and nothing and never, a dream, a hope, adrift and away, as always. Drifting and dallying in the dilly of the wash, drifting clueless and formless and innocent, the jagged contours of the world recede from its view, sharp teeth against the skyline of knowingness. Briefly, the unmoored thought grieves its lost tether. There is no safety here, no rail, nor float, nor anchor, nor lighthouse winking from the bluff. Nothing but the rolling, hysterical snicker of a wave and a swell and the buoyant bluster of charm and welcome. Low light and urgent fog wipe out the remnants of navigational confidence. All points gone. Nothing but where the tide will take. This is what the world commands. The unmoored thought stretches neck and arms and fingers to crack the day, lapping at, swollen with. Remora nibble at its hull, gorging on brainwave barnacles and spitting out sharp shells. Circling sharks lumber in the periphery, taking terrible notes. Porpoise and turtle and ray, gull and tern and petrel and pelican, a sudden crowd in an open mind of endless roil. The seagull, surfing upon the breeze of curiosity and with motive unclear, settles in to wing and glide beside. Head tilt and with beady eye, it guides this way and that before wielding off to find more compelling shipping lanes, ones with chips. The unmoored thought floats on evaporation energy, the ballast tipping, the bilge pumps working. It spins and shimmies and squints its eyes at the glare from the water. The sun high above slathers its love upon the growing bloat of it. Whale song and slow turning, a lazy roll of its soft and willing body to bear its chest to the sky, the unmoored thought breaches and lolls as a yawning potato in a mild boil pot. I am starch, I am life, I am the heaving swallow of the gulp in the agony of air caught underwater. The unmoored thought becomes a million tiny pinpricks of light, the fingers of God, reaching deep beneath the surface to touch the faces of the willing. Dancing this way and that, pushed and licked and loved and stroked by the impetuous air. A moment in the doldrums, a stillness and a quiet most unnerving. What bargains will need to be made to survive this drift? What will the unmoored thought be asked to trade with this wind to exchange for its life? How will it grow its sea legs or earn its captain's stripes? How, what, and when? Pirated and plundered and looking helpless to the sky. Sirocco and Mistral and Etesian and where and why, and is the doctor in? Everywhere and nowhere and here and there, and picked up and bashed against frigates and awoken in the night, shivering to huddle, wishing for a mainsail or a below deck or a raft with the most flimsy of lashings. We are spinning in the bearing, we are flailing in the gulf, we are angling for the triangle. Progress is progress. We are heading for the cape and coming round the horn. A sudden gust and the unmoored thought is flung from this lane. Rage storm, cracking the sky with lightning and growling its thunder to the face of it. Squalls and scuffles and rapid pressure drops concuss the spirit of the terrified, unmoored thought. Saturated and waterlogged, it catalogues its journey, a bolt across time, reflecting and charging and hovering on the surface of glass. Caught in the wake of its awakening, it gasps at its foolishness. Lost at sea, it is waiting to be found. It is the unmoored thought soaking up the world, a swell of the soul to surf and skim and launch itself directly into the ring cycle of the mind. Ride it out, capsizing and rolling and laughing and coughing up urchins and starfish and the supple bodies of yet to be discovered maritime mysteries that lurk and hide far below. A surge cranks up the atmosphere. There is a light upon the shore. Freighters and mega-yachts and sailboats and flotsam and jetsam and logs and plastics and dolphins and kelp. Lips swollen with salt, face cracked and peeling, the unmoored thought takes its sun-damaged flesh and holds its skin swatch against the tan of land. Land ho, we are becoming, coming in to land. Thought, the thought unmoored, floats happy and fat and world-weary and aged and nudges against the fender and bump of a new dock. I throw out my rope. It smiles its wisdom to life. Where have you been, my nautical thougtical? Were you cold, hot, bothered? Did you see whales or mermaids, swashbucklers or sirens? Did a porpoise state your purpose in this universe of the damned? There is stillness, a beat. I am moored thought, the more thought, the forethought, now thought, the am thinking, am thunk, the done thinking, now do. Now we are returning. Now we must stand on land. As always, we come back to land's grasp, solid, safe, reliable. As always. And there you have it, this week's episode. I hope you'll come back for more. These little missives are designed to inspire creative folk to get out and make something on their own. If you do enjoy my writing, please be sure to subscribe to the Stream newsletter at janinemcrae.substack.com. And until next we meet, love what you love, and I'll see you out there making stuff.